So I just briefly want to cover with you what exactly a power hour is. You're going to hear that term a lot being a Beachbody coach, and what a power hour is basically you're sitting down and doing your work time. Now this looks very different for a lot of coaches. Some coaches work in pockets of time throughout their day. Some coaches have a designated business hour when they sit down and they work their business. What I highly suggest that you do as a new coach is you kind of look at your daily schedule, your weekly schedule, and your monthly schedule, and actually write down when you plan on working the business. Because for many of you, this is, a second job, a side job. It can be very easy to push it to the side and say, oh, I don't have time for that, and not prioritize it. Here's the problem with that. When you start to get into those habits of pushing it aside and saying, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, those negative habits compound over time, and you're going to find yourself, falling into those bad habits, and then you're not building a business. And if you haven't already, figured out, this business can reward you greatly, but you've got to show up consistently every single day. So just like in your workout program, if you're, not showing up every single day, you're not going to get the results that you want. Same thing for this business. So make this a priority. And look at how it's going to fit into your life. Okay, so in the comments below, I want you to drop kind of when throughout your day, throughout your week, you envision working this business. When is kind of your business hour going to be, business hours, business times throughout the day, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. Start dropping in the comments below what your schedule is going to look like. I'm going to give you an example of mine. So on a perfect week, here's what my schedule looks like. I wake up by 5:30 in the morning and I do my workout, I drink my shake, I listen to PD, I kind of get all of the me stuff done and getting ready for work. I'm not sure if I said that. And out of the way by like 7. Okay, 7:15. So like from 5:30 to 7:15, I'm doing all my me things, okay? This does also include posting my workout clips on social media and posting, into our virtual gym, our boot camp groups. Okay, then I'm driving to work, probably listening to PD. And then when I get to work, I'm at work. Okay, if I have time during the day on my lunch or my prep time, what I like to do there is check if I have any messages from coaches or any messages from my clients to respond back. I like to do a quick little check-in on social media to make sure that I'm present and not totally ghosting all day. And that is, a good point for me to share like my healthy lunch on my social media or give like a fun little school kind of story, because I like to show my life outside of Beachbody, and that includes teaching. Okay, so I'm at school, I'm working, I'm teaching my littles, all the things, and then I probably am home at the end of the day, like around 5 o'clock. And then from 5 o'clock, I don't let myself relax. I don't turn on Netflix because I am growing this side business. I'm growing it into exactly what I want. I'm growing it for, that life of freedom that I've always envisioned. So what I do from about 5 to 7-ish is I sit down with that business activity tracker and I start going through and checking those things off. The best tip that I can give for you is to set timers and kind of play like a little game with yourself. So if you are growing your following for that time, set a 10-minute timer and say, okay, I'm just gonna follow a bunch of new people and engage with them for the next 10 minutes. When that timer goes off, move to the next thing. I've gotta do my invites. I'm going to invite these people. What it looks like for me is when I get home from work, I will then open up all my Instagram messages and I start cleaning out my Instagram Messenger. And that's the time when I start putting them into my tracking system. And I already mentioned that I use Google Streak. So if I'm talking to somebody and I'm inviting them to the boot camps, I then make sure that their name is in my Google Streak. And I'm really taking the time in responding back to these messages to be super genuine and really make sure that, I'm fostering those amazing relationships. Once my inbox is all cleaned out, I look at my business activity tracker and see what I have to do. And usually that's my time for my fresh invitations. So I open up my Instagram stories. I go to see who watched my workouts this morning, and they're getting an invite from me. Okay, I pick which invite I'm gonna use for the day, copy and paste it, and I just set a timer and I boom, 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 see how many I can knock out. I've gotten into the rhythm, like if you give me 20 minutes, I can knock out about 20 invites, okay? I just go and I find and I invite. And here's the thing, if you've already invited somebody last month, give them a new invitation, give them a follow-up. Even if they said not right now, even if they, ghosted you and didn't say anything, okay, send them a second invite. This is called follow-ups, and that's actually an area on your business activity tracker. So if you're following up with somebody who you invited last month, somebody on your tracker, somebody who ghosted you, you always want to follow up. You guys, you should be following up until you're like blue in the face. Okay, not like the annoying everyday following up, but like month after month after month until they actually say, no, thank you, take me off your list. So that's really like how I structure my power hour, how I structure my working time throughout the day. After 7 o'clock at night, that's usually when I'm cooking dinner for John and I. He'll be coming home from work. We're, decompressing our day together. And then that leaves me, if it's a Tuesday or Wednesday night, time for team calls in the evening. And then I'm pretty much shut down for the night. I like to do my physical Instagram posts in the evenings. Probably like between the 8 and 9 p.m. hour here in Eastern time zone, just because that's typically when people are most active on social media. So just a little fun tip for you. And aside from that, that pretty much covers power hours, what my schedule looks like, and I cannot wait to read in the comment section what your schedule is going to look like and when you are going to make this business a priority.